about everything about this.
Basically what it is, the One Spade Youth is, hey Bill, is it's a character and leadership development program where we take kids from the ages of 10. Hoss down here, he just turned 11. He went last year. They come into the program. They learn how to pack mules. They learn anatomy and physiology. They learn how to harness and drive teams. All these teams that we have working the ground here today, the kids all harnessed. They learn how to drive them, which is what we're doing here. And Mr. Windstrand, who owns this place, has been kind enough to let us use his field. And they really get a feel for how rough farming was when it was away, when you didn't have the mechanized stuff. Because, on a good day, for example, pulling a plow, the most you could do with a team that was in shape and pretty much all day long was about 2 acres. So you get an idea, if you had a 100-acre farm, just to get it plowed was a huge thing. And then, you had to harrow it and seed it and disc it if it needed it. And then you had to pray for rain because they didn't have the irrigation systems we have now. And so it was just a rough way. And what these kids get is kind of a window into the past. And they get a deeper appreciation for our heritage, for their grandfathers and their fathers before them, of back when a time when probably 95%, small farms were the thing. Everybody had a farm. Farming was
It was an agrarian society.
It was an agrarian society, and we've kind of moved away from that now with the big John Deeres. They're doing 250 acres a day.
And it's all on a compass, a GPS, right?
Yeah.
It just goes. I was shocked when I heard that.
Yeah, pretty much. They're going to get to the point where you just program the computer and stand back.
Yeah.
So this gives them an interesting touch with the way it used to be, a historical thing. We teach them how to pack with appareos, which is what the cavalry used in Custer's time. They learn how to do all of that. And then they learn, like I said, I think I mentioned the anatomy and physiology, all the parts of the harness. We have some freeze-dried legs that are split in half, horses that they've had to put down, and that way they can look at the ligaments and tendons, and they know what they look like, and they know where they are, and they know they can associate it with a particular problem, based on where the injury is and that kind of thing. So anyway, we get them in January, and they work with us every other weekend until May.
And you go to Bishop Mule Days.
And that culminates in going to Bishop Mule Days, where they compete. And I think last year they had 93 entries, and Bishop, they bowed that as the largest show of its kind in the world.
Wow.
So when they win there, or even compete there,
it's a big deal.
We've got kids here that in January, when they first started, were afraid to touch a mule. And by Bishop Mule Days in May, they're on the racetrack with one.
Wow. Where do you train?
My place in Kernville, south of the airport.
So near the dirt bike track, Cyrus Canyon.
Yeah, just across the road there.
Okay.
And then we try and get them out doing different things. They do projects in the summertime. They go in and work on the public pasture fences, where in the wilderness where you have to ride in. They learn how to pack. They all went through Rio Bravo Hot Shots, put them through a chainsaw class last year so they could cut logs if they needed to and be within the have the necessary training for that. So a lot of the kids, and then courtesy of some very kind people in Kernville, George and Darlene Randall, they send them to the National Finals Rodeo every year, 10 of them, to go to the rodeo and the Cowboy Christmas and the Sands Expo, so we take them over for that.
Is that in Vegas?
Yes.
Okay.
Every year in December. And then we're going to start doing this in the fall. This is the first time we've done this, and we'll probably get it going every year. So we're having some sort of a plow bee here in late in the fall like this.
Now, what did you call it? A plow bee?
Plow bee.
Like a spelling bee?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, how cool. Okay.
And, and we're hopeful to get more guys here with teams, and they can see different implements, because there was just a whole slew of, I mean, everything was done.
Right. They were the workhorses, no pun intended. I mean, they were used for everything.
Yeah, everything. And so they just develop a real appreciation for that.
Mm-hmm. And how easy we have it now.
How easy, how they didn't have McDonald's and
Bonds for everything.
You know, if you had a hurt out, they just didn't go replace the battery.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it's so, and that's important to us. And you know, a history. I mean, just think of the history of the valley here,
mm-hmm.
and what a huge impact